Alrighty, welcome ladies and gentlemen. We are here with the Divergent Gaming Open pre-show. My name is Inverum, joined here by Baba Booey. And
How's it going?
How's it going, bud? How you doing?
I'm doing good now that you're back.
I know, right? Folks, I've been gone for a while, but I'm back now. I was on vacation. I went to New Zealand and Australia. But now we're here, and we're back to talk about Heroes of the Storm because, I still want to keep talking about this game, man. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I mean, some people are spreading words of gloom and sadness. That's not cool. Spread the feels good man, not the feels bad man.
Yeah,
Gotta make sure everyone's happy.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. I mean, honestly, like right now, some stuff's been going on in the scene and some stuff that we'll talk about tonight. But at the end of the game, at the end of the day, the game is still amazing. And the game 100%. Is still so much fun. And they're still bringing out new content. They're still bringing out some of probably the most important changes that they need to make to the game are happening next week in terms of the ranked revamp.
Yeah.
So there's still so many fantastic things happening that I think it's really hard to spell too much doom and gloom, despite the fact that there isn't a lot of money, because I still, in the scene, because I feel like there are some very simple things, that could be done to help boost numbers, boost the esports. I feel like there's some simple things that could be done to improve it, and that's kind of some stuff we'll talk about tonight. Do you want to, kind of go over our agenda a bit here?
Yeah, so there's really 3 or 4 things that we want to go through today. We got like just what is this? What are we doing here? What are we going to be doing every week on the show? If this continues to be a thing, I'm hoping it continues to be a thing because I'm kind of excited by it. We're going to talk a little bit about Cloud9.
Yep.
And then we're going to spend a huge portion of the time on Worlds, or like the World Championship, and what our thoughts are on that. We're going to talk a little bit about the teams, who we think's the favorite to win the whole thing, and maybe some picks that we're expecting to see come out. Which region's meta is gonna shine over the rest of them, and just a run through of tonight's DG Open bracket.
Yes, indeed. So I am pulling up a whole bunch of stuff here now, so that we'll be able to pop over and take a look at this here. So I guess where do you want to start here, man? What are the first things that you really want to touch on here?
Well, the first thing I want to touch on is just, as I said, what is this, right? So Divergent Gaming holds a amateur tournament every Friday night. It's pretty great. Usually the best AM teams come to it. They get circuit points towards HOTS United, I believe. And HOTS United is like a group of all 4, and then I believe at the end they're going to be putting together a large tournament. Mm-hmm. And if I'm not mistaken, they broke $1,000 for that tournament today.
We did.
Which is pretty exciting.
I get to claim the honor of being one of the founding members of Heroes United, which it's honestly been in the works for about 6 or 7 months now, since the first kind of talks and inception about it. So that's phenomenal, and obviously Divergent Gaming is one of the tournaments. It's happening tonight, which is fantastic. I've had a request in chat for the link to the Divergent Gaming, the current Battlefy page for tonight's tournament. I have that right here. We'll pull that up and I can give this to you guys in chat right now. There you are. Perfect.
So,
and then I get timed out because I'm not on my own account. Rip the dream.
I don't think am I a mod on
You're a mod. You're a mod on my channel, so you can.
Okay, cool.
Here, I'll give it to you in Skype.
I got it. Wait, no, I don't have it. Okay.
Oh
no, it's I can see it.
Oh, you can see it. Okay. There it is. Okay. Whoops.
Oh god, I don't have it muted. Oh, I didn't have the stream muted.
Oh, that was a mistake.
Okay.
There it is. Awesome.
I just heard you echo. I got muted. Oops. Oh man, I look great. Did you see that?
Oh yeah.
I look great.
Beauty.
So, yeah, why don't you tell them a little bit about what HOTS United is, since I kind of gave a little bit, but not too much.
So basically, there was sort of a dream that was a unified league for amateur heroes, and basically the goal of it really was to have amateur heroes mean something, to really have it so you're not just competing in these tournaments and they're one-offs and you might win tonight, but it doesn't really mean anything. You don't have that, other than street cred and potentially the very occasional prize pool. What are you really playing for? So we really wanted to kind of make it feel like all the tournaments in the scene had weight. So we reached out, me and Sweebeeps, one of the head guys over at RCS. We reached out to all the different admins. Obviously, I worked in Divergent Gaming, reached out to Heroes Hype, and they were working with Sweet Synergy. And we pulled our resources together and made all the teams in a unified bracket. So top 4 teams, as you mentioned, every week get points. And then at the end of 6 weeks, and then the final 7th week of that season is the final tournament. Which, again, now today, thanks to so many phenomenal contributions from our backers and our supporters and our sponsors, we've reached over $1,000 in prize pool, which goes to the players, guys. So we're not taking any money from this. This is all going to the players. So, and it's something we were so excited about because you're playing for $1,000. What more? I mean, we still have a month out. We're gonna keep pushing this, keep the marketing train going. We're gonna try and get Blizzard involved themselves, and see if they can provide some stuff where we're reaching out and talking to everyone in the scene. So it's really it makes those weekly tournaments mean something, and that was really sort of the goal.
Yeah. And is that going to be a winner-take-all format? Because that would be crazy.
I don't think it's going to be. I think the top 2 will get something.
That's a good idea. Like,
yeah, I don't think it's
75-25 or something.
Yeah,
like
it's.
that.
I don't know the exact numbers. I don't have that.
Something similar.
It's something like that. It's not all of it to the top. No, second place will win something.
Yeah. So like, obviously there's this, and this is really exciting. What other tournaments are in the HOTS United brand? What other tournaments can people watch to kind of figure out the rest of this AM scene and what's going on?
So there's 4 tournaments. Hold on, I just realized that I hadn't updated my
title.
Yes, I had updated the one for DG, but not the one for the channel.
Okay.
So hopefully that worked there. So there's 4 tournaments, as I mentioned. There are Divergent Gaming, Heroes Hype, Nextverse, and Sweet Synergy. All of which those are the tournaments that give points towards the final tournament. So I'm actually going to be doing weekly recap videos. So basically what I'm going to be doing is going through and recapping what exactly went down every week. I'll be posting those up on YouTube. And we're going to be basically summarizing what teams kind of competed, what there any crazy upsets, any new teams that came in. Wow, you got dark real fast. I don't know if you just turned off a light or something, but...
No, I guess that's my monitor light. Let's see. Because no. All right, we'll fix that. Don't worry.
Yeah, you're looking a little
we'll
dark.
We'll fix that in a second.
Yeah. And then go through the leaderboards. So we'll be able to talk a decent amount about that tonight. But so anyway, that's Heroes United, guys. That's sort of with DG and all that kind of stuff. So I guess let's talk drama.
Okay. Drama. So, Cloud9. Feels bad, man.
Feels bad, man.
One of the original rosters to kind of hang out in Heroes and to wave around their dominance has gone from being the best team in the world to no longer a team in a span of 8 to 10 months.
Yeah, like 8 months. Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's insane. And this on its own is sort of cause for concern for a lot of people, but it's compacted by other orgs in the scene having some similar feelings. Team No Limit found their limit, decided that they no longer wanted to have a Heroes of the Storm team. Their team disbanded. Some of the players retired, some went to Overwatch, some went to, I believe, the new MVP...
Sister team?
Yeah, what's it? MVP Phoenix? No, that's the Dota team. One of the new MVP team. So yeah, the question. I mean, iDream's retiring, so point made up in chat. I don't really care about C9. I care about the players. Well, I don't think we're going to see all the players stay. If I had,
I know that I do know. I believe it was K1 Pro.
Yeah.
Posted on Twitter saying I am not retiring, so I guess I'm a free agent.
Yeah.
Is the team that could be interesting?
So and the fact that they specifically said that the team is disbanding and they're leaving the scene. So not only is it's not like what happened with Cog, where the org left, cognitive left, and brain power became brain power. It's that literally the team disbanded. So we've heard whispers of some different people playing together, Erho and Arthalon, rumors of that going around. So that's interesting as well. The thing is now is we have a decent. The game's been out long enough now that we've got pros or people who've been pros over the span of a decent amount of time. So there's a lot of big names now floating around in the scene, and that all the players you see in the top 8 teams, most of, except for maybe some of the young guns, and then probably the top 4 beyond that, are made up of players who, like, we all know. They've been on teams forever. So that's, it's interesting. Where are these Titans going to fit in all this?
Yeah. So I don't know, right? And it's kind of interesting because it's like, on one hand, it's really like, it's upsetting that a large name like Cloud9 is just gone, because like you need those big names to you don't actually need them, but like they really help, right? It's like sad that they're gone, but at the same time, it's really exciting because there's gonna be so many roster shakeups, right? And we'll see things that we wouldn't have seen before, like maybe Temple Storm will pick up a couple of Cloud9 players or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So it's exciting because there's going to be a lot of new teams to watch out for. And while roster apocalypse means the death of a ton of rosters, it means the birth of a ton more, which is also like super exciting because you'll see players that get to play together. You're like, those players could have worked really well together, but their orgs just never, like it never happened.
Yeah.
And it's really exciting.
No, I agree. It's definitely one of those situations where the future is kind of only limited by what we think. It's only limited by our perceptions in this case.
Yeah.
It's really just, and I honestly feel like what we can't let happen is that this becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
What we cannot let happen is that everyone thinking HOTS is going to die kills HOTS.
Yeah, and I think...
Yeah, go.
Like, you were talking about it with Needham on your stream today.
Yeah.
And it's actually like a really good point. Super Smash Bros. Melee was like a dead game. Like, dead. You didn't see it in any tournaments. The only times you kind of saw it was like on weekends at like some random dude's house. And like, you'd see maybe one or two. And now it's like probably the biggest fighting game, I would say, in the world. Melee. And then people are like, I saw tournaments for Smash 64, and like, that doesn't happen. Like, the game doesn't die until the community decides it dies, right? All you have to do as a community is keep pushing to see it. And the whole reason Melee was at EVO and at the big tournaments for fighting tournaments was because people were like, look, like, this game is awesome. Please put it in your lineup. And if we keep doing that and we support it as a community, we're going to get there. Yeah. So the game dies when the community decides it does. So if you're in the community, you're watching this, just like, if you like the game, keep playing it and keep talking about it.
That's really the biggest thing, and talking about it. That's something that's so huge, and that's something that I really want to touch on here, is because the thing that ESL has been criticized for, the thing that Blizzard's been criticized for, is their communication and their lack of communication.
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting that we still haven't gotten any response to speak of from Blizzard over the fact that so many orgs are leaving the scene. And the fact that big personalities like Solid Jake are sort of stepping back, and Zoya's stepping back, and they're losing some of their names. But at the same time, I want that sort of reassurance. I want that reassurance from them that, hey, we still want to make this esports a reality. We're going to do more things to entice orgs to join the scene. That's what I want. That's what I want to come in from Blizzard. And it's not prize pool. It's not money. No. More prize pool doesn't bring in orgs. Do you know what brings in orgs?
Viewership. Viewership brings in orgs.
Viewership brings in orgs. So how the viewers make their money, how the orgs make their money, is they have sponsors, and their sponsors want views. Their sponsors, it's their advertising. All esports is, at the end of the day, is marketing.
Yeah.
It's the company marketing its game, and it's other companies, peripherals generally, advertising their products through the teams. It's marketing from both directions.
Yeah, like the fact that we haven't seen, like, I've played Overwatch for a lot of hours now, I played Overwatch with my friends for a lot of hours now, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm playing Tracer," and the guy was like, "Oh, you're playing Overwatch?" I was like, "Nope, I'm playing Heroes." And people have no idea that you can play Tracer and Heroes just by like owning Overwatch. Like that needs to be promoted in game. Like, hey, come play Tracer against Raynor and Zeratul, and come play Tracer against the Lich King, and like the fact that that's not in there blows my mind, right? And I know that Dustin Browder actually hinted at Mercy on Twitter.
Really? When did he do this? I missed this.
It was like, I think it was like a couple days ago or something. Someone tweeted at him and he was like, "We really need to support Mercy?" Question mark, and he was like, "In the works."
I think I would prefer Zenyatta personally, because
Yeah, but
Mercy
if you, like,
feels so
actually
much
port
like
him-
Medic. Mercy feels so much like Medic.
Yeah, except like way more mobile, heals herself, and has a damage boost.
Yeah, but Zenyatta, the idea that you can have healing orb on allies, and then you've got a targeted debuff on enemies. That's like infinite debuff on enemies. But my question was Zen, and I guess we're going on this topic now. We're talking about everything here, guys. It's just the pre-show. We're just talking about Heroes of the Storm. Is how do you not make Zenyatta's ult? I think is it actually called Harmony?
Transcendence?
Transcendence. Thank you. Harmony orbs. Transcendence. How do you not make Transcendence a strictly better Tranquility?
That is a question. And my response to that is smaller range.
Smaller range.
Smaller
than
radius.
Hugger? The Hugger?
Smaller radius.
Yeah.
So like it like I'd make it route the same range as a Brightwing heal. Or you make it pulses.
Yeah. My personal bet, also brought up in chat, Lucio. Lucio's the one I've wanted for a while.
I feel like he'd be. The problem
It's
is,
kind of like Brightwing.
in my opinion, Lucio, like, movement speed is the most powerful stat in Heroes. Like, by far. Any stat that gives you movement speed is busted.
Yeah.
Like, they have to try so hard not to just give flat movement speed. Because it's so good. Like, you can get a ludicrous amount of health regen at level 1 on Dahaka, or you can get movement speed. People take movement speed. Like,
Yeah.
everyone moves at the same speed, I believe. Like, I don't think anyone has higher base
Well,
movement speed.
Yeah, not base.
Yeah, exactly. So, giving someone movement speed is just disgusting. And if you can give your entire team movement speed consistently, that's really good.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
Make it a Z boost. So you make like a 45-second cooldown, and his Z is just like, team, move 10% quicker. That's a good idea, G-Spot.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
and his speed. Because I love the idea of dancing between your traits, the healing and the... Like, I loved the idea.
Yeah.
So, I actually had an idea for Hero, and we'll do this really quick, because we got other stuff to talk about. But I bounced this idea out people, and I guess apparently the character that fits in the lore the best is Vol'jin. So, you get
Okay.
a troll. But the idea of a priest, that's both... it's a holy priest and a shadow priest. So that you have your 3 cooldowns. So your Q would be like a burst heal. Just a very kind of a spammable burst heal. Cool. 6-second cooldown or something. Your W, you throw that out. It is a heal over time. Just a very simple heal over time. You can spec it so it does different stuff. And the idea that I had with this was you can make it so that it specs that at the end of its 3 seconds, it pops like a half a second of cleanse. So rather than him getting cleanse, you make it so that that's how you have to, and adds that extra skill cap to the cleanse, which I thought would be kind of cool, and you talent into it. I'm just going to go through because
Yep.
I think it's pretty cool. The E is a movement speed buff, but it's targeted. It's in a straight line. It's a skill shot.
Okay.
So you can spec it to go through multiple people. So theoretically, you can hit multiple people, but it's like Uther's Wave of Light.
Okay, yeah.
Turn that on its head, and you press your trait, your D, and suddenly you're in shadow form. You go into shadow form. Your Q is a dot. It's like a blast. It's like a shadow blast. Your
Yeah.
W is a damage over time. Flip everything. And then your E is a slow. But what's cool is they all have their own individual cooldowns. So you're constantly blasting back and forth. You have one ult for the 2, but you're constantly blasting back and forth. Time between your heals and your damage. Where do I spec? Do I spec full healing? Do I spec full damage? It's a healer who can deal damage. Do I do a bit of both? How much utility do I go for? And the fact that you're managing like 8 cooldowns.
So I like that idea. It sounds a lot like something they do in League. They have 3 heroes in League that have different forms. So it's like a cougar
Nidalee,
and a
is that it?
human.
Nidalee?
Yeah,
Yeah.
cougar human, spider human, and like guy that has hammer that can switch to cannon.
Mhm.
Right? And that's like the most basic way of describing them. The way they did it was they made their alts into the transformation. So they got their alts at level 1.
Yeah.
So I think that would be the better way to go about it because
Yeah.
I feel like having 6 abilities at level 1 would be absolutely retarded.
But you're
like-
limited by your mana. Obviously,
That's
you're
true.
limited by your mana.
That's
pool.
true. Right? Like I feel like it would be really hard to balance, especially
would
with
be,
how good
yeah.
heals are in sustaining in lane. Like you'd have
Yeah.
to make your heal not able to target yourself. In like
Yeah, I'd be good with that. Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
fun.
also, so what happened was someone tweeted at Desperado and they literally just said mercy please, and he said on the list smiley face.
Nice. Oh, well, there you go. All right.
It's coming.
It's coming. All right, guys. So that's enough of us just kind of chit chatting here. Let's talk about some stuff. So I'm gonna bring up this screen here, which is the Global Summer Championship screen. Let me see if I've got this working here.
I lost that window. Feels bad. All right, I'll find it.
Yeah, I can just link it to you if you want.
No, because I'm gonna go in the weird face thing. It's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine. I got it, team.
We're off that page now, so you're good to go.
What do you mean? What are we on?
I'm showing them the screen.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So here we go. So it is on June 13th, which is this weekend. So, sorry, it starts, the Monday, not this weekend. It's Monday. So
And smart that it doesn't
I like this.
exactly collapse with E3. Like,
Yeah.
if they did it on Sunday or this weekend, if they did it on Saturday, it would be like kind of okay. But if they did it on Sunday, it was just like, that is exactly E3. It's exactly when E3 starts.
Yeah.
It's like you're a little bit collapsing, but not really. So you're okay in that sense.
Yeah. So I agree 100%. Trying to fight with E3. Why would you fight with anything that already like don't fight with the big boys here.
Yeah, no.
So especially not like so group stages and then the group group concludes. So every game is going to be casted on the main stream,
Which is exciting.
phenomenal. I am such a fan of doing it this way. Doing it over a whole week, that is amazing. This is what Heroes needs. You know what I mean?
So I know that I'm trying to figure out how the matches are going to work because is it a round robin and then they do
No, it's set up like the last one.
Okay.
So you've got a group A and a group B. They play through the groups.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is like a round robin and then the top teams.
Oh.
advance. Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, because I don't like as much as I like the way they're doing this. Like
yeah.
the number 1 seed gets to advance by default. I also don't like that because it means that the
Yeah, neither
number
do I.
1 seeds are like
They just have a distinct.
They get less
give,
games.
yeah, that too.
there's less like for your brand in a sense of your brand. Like for an Eventic, if they go out right away, I'm not saying they will. Just like theory crafting here.
Yeah.
That sucks because they lost like 2 or 3 days of advertising.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, 100%.
And as fans, I want to see Zuna compete against like the Europeans because I think he has he wants to kill the Europeans and they lost the Dignitas, so like kind of wants to show them that he's got what it takes, right? But I don't like this format. like I'd much prefer them to have like just a seeding advantage. So like the way League of Legends does it, for example, is they have the top seeds as the number 1. Like none of the top seeds play in the same group,
yeah.
which is just like so much better.
But they also have so many more teams.
Not a lot. No, they don't. Not in the Worlds. Worlds is only like
Only have 12?
it's like I want to say close to 15 or 17. So like
Yeah. Okay.
we have 12. They have like 3 extra.
even if you did groups of 4, you could have one in each. And then sorry, smaller regions, you don't.
Yeah.
Sorry, smaller regions, but let's be real. As much as negative synergy, as much as you want to cheer for ANZ, ANZ, doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So
But you know,
yeah.
gotta keep this there. And so I'm still excited about this. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's really exciting, and I'm excited that we get to see all the casters there, especially Jay Howe.
Our boy Jay Howe.
Come to quite a liking of Jay Howe in my time working with him, no matter how hard he messes with me. And I had the pleasure of casting with Gillyweed, and that was a lot of fun too. So I'm excited for that. Obviously, I would have liked Jake and Zoya to be there, just because they've been in the scene for so long. But it's a full-time job for both of them, and if they can't
make a living doing
guarantee
it.
an income, then
Yeah.
like they have a responsibility to just to like they have a responsibility to themselves to make sure they can get an income.
Yeah. Oh
So-
yeah, absolutely. No, I mean, not a lot of people can do this full time, especially in this game.
No.
And when like following wise, one of the biggest in North America, HOTS streamer / personality can't make a living doing it. That's a problem.
Well, the problem was I think most of his income actually came from these events.
Yeah.
Like not 100% sure on that one. That would be me guessing.
Yeah.
And if he can be like, okay, well, I can stream, I can do hot stuff and then cast Overwatch
Yeah.
and have a bigger following. Like, I mean, I'm sorry
It makes more
that
sense.
like you
It
can't
makes
do it in
sense.
HOTS, but it just
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. Like the two biggest streamers we have in HOTS are Grubby when Grubby streams, and then I guess
Yep.
Chew8 in North America. And then when Caldor casts, he gets a huge following. He did a tournament today. I don't know if you caught any of it.
I didn't because I was out meeting people, but yeah,
Yeah.
it was. From what I heard, it was great.
Yeah,
and
from
that's
what I heard, it was a
exactly
lot of
what
fun.
we need,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
there's these global championships, and these are great, but like, there's 6 or 7 weeks, or like, there's 5 weeks in between each regional, and that's like, do something, someone, please, right?
Yeah. Like we had qualifiers and we casted the qualifiers, and those are great. Those are
Yeah.
fun. But like I think you need to get something from doing that, both as a player and as a caster. Because obviously we're just doing that out of the, the kindness of our own hearts and our
Yeah.
promotion or whatever for us. But like unless you're invited to a LAN event and you're a caster, you don't make money. You
Yeah.
don't make money doing this. The only money I've made off HOTS is designing overlays.
And
Designing stream overlays.
and we made money.
Oh, and well, I guess we won. I guess we won some
like
prize
$60.
money. Yeah. No, because we won the two. We won like $120.
Oh yeah.
It's
I was
80 and
I was
40,
up
I
at like
think.
200 because of
Yeah.
dorm.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that was
So
that.
okay, that's the biggest money I've made from HOTS. I lied. It's
Yeah,
prize
funny.
money. From,
Yeah, and that was
From-
like back when they actually paid you to compete in the.
yeah. Like
The
Road to Blizz-
qualifiers.
Yeah, Road to BlizzCon. For those who don't remember Road to BlizzCon last summer, top X teams actually made money.
Yeah.
Actually got winnings, and I think it was in BlizzBucks. Like wasn't actually.
It wasn't
money.
BlizzBucks, so we didn't
The
actually
top
make money.
8 actually.
But I
made
got
money.
Mecha Tassadar for free.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. So
mm,
let's talk a little bit about the teams we're gonna see, because
yeah,
I think
I pull that back up.
that's a little bit more exciting. Oh, we just jumped in viewership. Hello, 20 plus viewers that just entered.
Oh, hey, did we get host? Probably.
I don't know. I guess maybe.
I don't
so-
have the chat open, so
EU, are you on the screen?
I'm on the
notes?
caster. I am on the. I have all the talent in front of us, and I have all the
Okay.
teams in front of us.
So let's just talk a little bit about each team.
Yeah, let's do it.
Give an overview. You want to take the EU teams because I know you have a lot of EU friends.
Yeah, so Dignitas won the first regional qualifier in a very compelling fashion. They looked very, very strong. But then after the tournament ended, they dropped their tank player, many who would consider one of the best tank players in EU, and they picked up Alex the Pro G. And their reasoning behind this was that we're thinking long haul. We're not thinking about the next tournament. We're thinking about Korea. We want to build a lineup that we think can compete with the Koreans.
Yeah, so they're looking at skill stealing rather than
How good they are right now. Team synergy.
skill, like current skill.
Yes.
Which is exactly what Cloud9 did. Like, reminder, Cloud9 did almost exactly the same thing almost a year ago. Or
Yeah.
about a year ago.
Yeah.
Right? They took it, they just trashed Tempest. Yeah. And they brought everyone to Maelstrom and made it the main roster, right?
Yep. That's exactly
And
what they did.
It was
Vortex.
at first it was like,
Vortex.
oh well, Tempo's still winning, whatever. And then like a month later, it was like, oh, Cloud9 just won a series against Tempo. And then a month later, it was Cloud9 are the world champions.
Yep.
I'm not saying Dignitas are going to become world champions, but you have to consider it.
Well, after they pulled Dig and so Dig, Naventic, and MVP Black all pulled the same thing. They all pulled the same nonsense in their second qualifier, where they bodied the first qualifier and then got bodied the second qualifier. So My Insanity, the other team, My Insanity comes in from Europe. They came into the second. They were number 2 in the first one, and they came into the second one, and they trounced Dignitas like it wasn't close.
Okay, so I have a question.
Do it.
What does the word sandbagging ever cross your mind?
A little bit.
Because
a little bit.
I actually, and I'm going to be completely brutally honest here, I legitimately thought that Cloud9 was sandbagging for the entire qualifiers, and they were just going to thrash everyone at the
regional
regionals.
Yeah.
Like, and they almost did the first time. They almost actually won. The second time, not so much. But
not making it out of groups. Ouch.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I believe the math was like, it ended up being like $1,000 per player.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you look at that and you think, well, that gives us, if we can sandbag and show no strategies, and that would take us from fourth to third. First of all, that's a lot more money.
Mm-hmm.
Third to second, that's $5,000 a player. Second to first,
Oof.
that's like, I don't want to do the math right now because I'm probably going to mess it up, but it's 75. I don't know. It's 75,000 divided by 5. So like, I don't know. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
No. Anyway, we get the idea. Yeah, and that is a legitimate question. Except for the fact that they got bodied.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, does it matter, right? If you're sandbagging completely. You're not going to half sandbag.
Well, and speaking of potential people with
sandbaggers, Naventic.
No. I don't think for a second that any of that was intentional. And you know what? And I have a few reasons why. One, because I knew people who were there, and their comments of the body language, the posture, everything about Naventic didn't seem conducive to that. And I can tell you the moment Naventic went on tilt. And it was in Game 2 on Battlefield of Eternity. Kenma threw a divine... I'm going to bring us back to our screen. Kenma threw a divine shield onto Sylvanas to keep her from dying to a disintegrate. And it wouldn't have killed her anyway. They didn't have D-Shield. They couldn't go in. They had to back. They lost the fight. They lost the Immortal. And everything started spinning from there. That is literally the moment Naventic started. You could see it in their play. And then that third game, Kenma was just wanting to face check everything as Rhaegar. It was full tilt. I don't think that was any remote. Why would you do it 3-0? How suspicious would that? Why would you not make it a good series? But why would you not make it a good series? Like, that's not. I know. But it's why would you? Yeah, I don't.
It's like if it looked closer than you're thinking it. Then again, Gale Force.
But it's an insult to Gale Force when people say that. Gale Force played too damn well.
They did, and I think that honestly through Naventic, the one thing I can say in Naventic's favor was they were probably pulled. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
They had started with, I guess, they'd pretty much been like a day without playing. I don't remember the exact schedule, but Gale Force went from like winning 2-0 to playing against Naventic. They had legitimately every single momentum possible going into that series. And Naventic was just probably was like, this will be fine, we got this. They go into the first game like, oh shit. We messed up. Right.
It was, and if you got to give, like, Akaface's support play was on point, but Crowan's Li Ming play, oh damn, it was
It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
It was pretty good. Oh, I also just looked and we have like 300 viewers.
Yeah, I think we got a host.
I think someone hosted us. If someone wouldn't mind telling me who, here.
It might be just like we're slowly catching it.
Slowly catching it, yeah. Cool. Well, welcome, guys. So, for those of you who are just joining us, this is the Divergent Gaming pre-show. Me and my good friend here, Baba Booey. We're just discussing esports, Heroes of the Storm, before the Divergent Gaming Open, which starts in 15 minutes, over on the DG channel. So I'll be sending that back over that way when this is all things said and done. So be sure to go check that out, guys. Booey, who are you for people who might not be familiar with you?
I'm a caster and analyst. I casted a little bit of the North American qualifiers, and I was very fortunate enough to be able to cast day one of the North American regionals, which was super exciting. There were a lot of technical issues.
The Gilly trapped in a closet stream.
Gilly trapped in a closet stream. That was like, the production value wasn't amazing, but I had an amazing time doing it. Obviously, the production value for the rest of the weekend was phenomenal, and ESL did a fantastic job. So, like, shout outs to them, because it went from, like, Gilly stuck in a closet stream to, like, the rest of the weekend, no delays, amazing.
Yeah, it was first day. People had some concerns. Rest of the weekend was beautiful, and what I love is that it got better.
It did.
Is it legitimately, like, first day was good, but people broke down the times, and it legitimately just improved and kept improving, and it showed that ESL's like, okay, we're listening. And I love the fact that Chobra got on Reddit and waded in to the hate. I got to give that man respect. Like, that takes balls to do, to just wade into Reddit and go, hey guys, I'm the director, this is on me. So, props to them. And no, it was really fun. And dude, like, you made the best of a sort of a rough situation on Friday, and I have to say, I watched the cat, like, I was, in your ear the whole, like, it was, and they were good games. That was what was kind of unfortunate, was that they were legitimately really good games.
Yeah, Brainpower versus Cloud9.
Oh,
was hype.
Oh, that was
and
hype. And
I actually got to interview Glorong after, and that was awesome.
That was a sick interview. Like, they let it go really long.
Well, they were just like, speak, because we need to kill time. And I was like, all right, like, I have tons of questions. That was my first interview ever, for those of you who don't know.
Yeah.
But let's get back on track.
Oh yeah, we should probably get back. All right. So we broke down EU. Okay.
And we've broken down a little bit of NA.
Yeah. Gale Force, they're unreal, up and coming. They totally replaced their roster in the last 2.5-3 months. Brought in a bunch of guys from the winning team, ASU, from Heroes of the Dorm. So I'm gonna go back over to this tab here. There we go.
So let's just run through each of these. I don't know enough about each of these teams to really speak about them.
I can speak a little bit.
Okay, so we'll talk a little bit quickly. E-Star is obviously China's #1 seed.
Yep, they are.
They've
had some interesting, like, behind the scenes stuff going on with their org, but overall, just a powerhouse. Just at the end of the day, just a powerhouse.
And then X Team is China's #2 seed. What's the skill gap like between X Team and E-Star?
I think some would probably say fairly big. Gold League wasn't really telling about it. For me, X Team is one of those teams who I feel like when they're on, they're really, really on. The few games that I've seen, like 2 games from them, I'll be really honest. They're not a team I've seen a ton, but the 2 games I saw from them were convincing and very, very mechanically tight and very strong rotations. A little of sloppy, I want to say late, that's the game I'm thinking of, a little bit of sloppy late game calls, but I think they've got a really good head on their shoulders technically, and they just need to not let the LAN environment really mess with their heads, I think.
Okay, and then Tempest, the
Tempest.
MVP killers.
The MVP 4-0 killers.
And 4-0, like, best of 7?
What?
It'd probably be how it's done, period, with how short these games are.
100%. 100%.
Like, you have enough time to do best of 7. And being like, well, it makes times inconsistent. Honestly, with Heroes, times in between games has gotten better and better. Like, even when we had the production issues on Friday, it was still, like, less than 5 minutes in between games. That's not an issue.
No, like, that was, like, it was, like, in series was phenomenal.
Yeah. Tempest, obviously, just, like, the strongest team. Probably, we would say tournament favorites right now.
I still think some people would say MVP Black are still the favorites.
But it's
between
them
these
two in the finals.
It's between these
two.
two.
The prediction is them two in the finals.
Yeah.
Which would be great games regardless.
Phenomenal, yeah. No matter, like, other regions lose, everybody wins.
Yeah. MVP Black is obviously a team most people are familiar with. Former world champions. We're going to see if they can keep on that title.
Mm-hmm.
Last 4 teams are all the smaller scene teams. I don't have anything to say about them.
I don't have a lot to say. I watched some of the Renovadio games, and I watched some of the Negative Synergy games. I actually was in New Zealand as the finals were going on, so I got to watch some of the games, which was pretty fun. Yeah. Not live, but when I was over there.
Like, look for these teams. They're probably not going to be the best teams, but
I think, honestly, Renovadio, I think legitimately could give...
But that's Southeast Asia, right?
Yeah, they're
Okay,
SCA.
so, like-
I think they could give, some of those. If some of the NA teams or some of the EU teams aren't quite on point, I think they could give them a fight. Don't totally count them out. They're the one team I'd say to. Obviously, Negative Synergy for their region are dominant, and then they get to the world stage and they get wrecked.
So it's gonna be interesting to see how they stack up.
Yeah.
So we went through tournament favorites.
Mm-hmm.
We can skip through what we expect to see as picks, just like Illidan, Arthas, and Nubarak. It's like
Sonya.
Sonya. Yeah, it's pretty. We don't
Are we
expect
going to
this
see
change
Chromie?
much. I expect to. I mean,
I would expect
she's
to as well.
busted.
I think the buffs. She's in a good place right now. I would expect to see her.
I actually really prefer Temple Distortion to Temporal Loop.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me though, because you get so much zoning potential with it, and like you can just put it down and then put a time trap close to you and start walking away, and they're pretty much going to hit the time trap before it, like after it procs. But anyways, I'm really interested to see which teams, like which region's meta wins out.
Yeah.
Right?
Really,
I'm assuming it's Korea, just because
have
usually
to
they have a
assume.
really good handle on it.
yeah.
But will we see something where Korea starts to adapt to something NA is doing?
Well, and we talk about, and I think it was Glaurung that mentioned in an interview actually. You talk about in tournament metas.
Yeah.
What
Between
metas?
teams.
Yeah, between teams, and even between teams who scrimmed, and also in the tournament as a whole. And this is something I've noticed watching the Manila Major. I'm not sure if you've watched any of it, but for those who aren't familiar, it's the big Dota tournament going on right now. 150,000 viewers consistently, like it's just crazy. We're actually seeing metas develop
Within the tournament.
within the tournament.
yeah.
As
and
things are shifting, someone pulls out a crazy broken strat, and people start copying it, and people start adapting to it, and then start to finish in like a 7-day tournament, which it is. Craziness.
Yeah. And things like that will happen, right? Like
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
see one team pull out a Nubarak and then like, oh crap, a Nubarak's here. Obviously that's expected. The best example though is Cho'Gall when Rhaegar was still like pretty good.
Rising
When
Storm.
it was Rhaegar. When it was Rhaegar.
When it was Rhaegar.
Rhaegar. When he was at first pick, first ban, it was like Cho'Gall was drawing bans.
Yeah. Thank you,
And, like, that
Past
was
Blaze,
just that
now
tournament.
Panda. Yeah, they were
That
legitimately.
was just that tournament, right?
Yep.
So like it could happen again, right? Things like that. We'll see. I'm interested to see how these metas develop. Like, will we just see Tychus take over because people are like, well, wait, Tychus is good. We should play Tychus, right?
We should play Tychus.
Hint, hint, North America.
Okay, Naventa brought it out and then just got dismantled by Li Ming. Just got
Yeah, that's true.
Kuroen
That's-
throwing afros across the map and just destroying everyone. It was.
Now that's a skin I want. Afro Li Ming
Can we
throws afros for arcane orbs
and the throw
just get
picks
bigger,
then
and
the throw
afro picks for her magic missiles.
Yes, Blizzard.
Disintegration is just like a hairdryer.
If Gale Force wins Worlds, that needs to happen.
That would be the best thing ever. And if someone wants to Photoshop that together and
Yeah.
then tweet it at me, that would be like, I'd love you. It'd be hilarious.
So we've got 5 minutes before we're going to send over to the tournament, guys. The Divergent Gaming Open Amateur Tournament's happening in 5 minutes. This is the pre-show. This is the preamble for that. So I'm going to be sending it over. Make sure you guys go check it out. Let's talk about what's happening tonight in the tournament with our last 5 minutes, shall we?
I don't think the brackets are up yet.
Brackets are not up, but let's take a look at some of the teams who've signed.
Well,
up tonight.
there is a bracket, but it's going to be shuffled, right?
Yeah.
I believe.
By now, yeah, it won't be. Oh, this might actually
Maybe
be the
it's-
right. This I know what. No, this is seeded. This is correct.
Okay, so Iambic Pentakill.
Is so formerly Psystorm Gaming.
Okay, so they're
They're sort of the favorites coming into this.
okay. I know that RFS and them. I feel like when I've casted both of them, RFS has come out on top most of the times I've casted. it.
In some of the more recent tournaments, IPK has been taking them down. I know in scrims, RFS will go 4-0 in scrims and then get beaten in the actual tournament itself. So obviously between these two teams, anyone can win.
And
So I'm really
Handlebars.
excited. Handlebars,
Handlebars.
our first
First
Grandmaster, our first Grandmaster on PTR. Congrats, buddy. I
And
had the
then,
pleasure of interviewing him. Really cool guy.
Obviously, RFS
Mm-hmm.
is another team that me and you both know really well.
And look at the roster of Colossus. I don't know if they've updated it yet.
Is
They haven't.
GS Lewis on
That's
that one?
GS Lewis's team, yeah. Our friend of ours back from our competitive days. And they are looking also pretty darn strong, I have to say. So I guess I'll bring this up here on the screen for you guys to see. So this is just the Battlefy page over here, guys. So these are some of the teams. So obviously Sweet Synergy is playing tonight. Sweet Synergy, one of the partner organizations for Heroes United, and an organization promoting women in esports, which I am always a huge fan of, because let's be honest, who wants esports to just be a bunch of dudes? Let's be real. I think it's kind of the best way to look at it there. Infernal Dong Lords, fun team name and a team favorite, a kind of a tournament, not a tournament favorite, I guess, but definitely a fan favorite.
Fan favorite with that name.
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of like Brain Power at the last at regionals there.
And I think some South American teams have actually signed up as well, because I don't recognize some of these names. Yeah, I think some South American teams have signed up, which is always really cool to see. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. So obviously the two tournament favorites are Iambic Pentakill and
And
RFS Gaming.
Yeah.
That is like the assumption. Which team would you say has the potential, or teams rather, have the potential to just like come through and just assert their dominance? I'm gonna say
Colossus?
Team Colossus, just
Yeah.
because Lewis is phenomenal.
He's a god.
We used to play with him. He would always pull top damage, which I was not used to because I always used to pull top damage. Feels bad.
Maybe Savage. They're the other one. FZ Ignition. You would know him from UFT.
Yep.
Yeah. This is basically Brawls Deep with the E brothers, Kevin and Toby. Actually, quite a different roster here as well. So I would look for maybe Savage as well to come out here tonight and potentially show us something here. No Mercy Gaming as well. Some names I recognize as well. But maybe Savage and Colossus. Those are the two that I would also watch out for here. Definitely.
Okay. Well,
So it looks like
I
they're going to
guess-
be taking each other out though in the second round if they go forward. But anyway, there you are.
I guess that does it for us pretty much.
Yeah, we're going to send it back over now to the Divergent Gaming channel. Guys, thank you all so much for coming out and joining us tonight. We're going to try and make this a weekly thing where we get together and sort of discuss the current state of the Heroes esports scene. Oh, man, my camera is deciding it wants to freak out. Give me a second here. We're going to see if we can fix this. Oh. There we go. There we go.
And anyways, thank you very much for stopping by. You can hit us up on our respective Twitters and Twitches. And Varams, obviously this channel here, press follow because he's hilarious.
Oh, thank you.
Not really, but you know, we
Oh,
gotta be
hurt.
nice
He
sometimes.
hurts me. He puts it forward and then he pulls it away. Takes it
And
from me.
obviously mine is below my name right here. I've actually just set up all my stream overlays today, so I'm looking to do a bit more. Play some Overwatch with my buddy Inverum, and play some Heroes with my buddy Inverum.
Oh.
Hashtag dank memes and Grandmaster dreams.
Dank me. Is that what we're going with this title? So
That's
we're
what
gonna
I'm
stream
calling
all our placement matches. Dank memes and
what I'm
Grandmaster
calling it.
Dreams. I like it. Literally song only brain power. All day.
Yeah, and we
only
are
brain
farmers.
Power. 10 hour brain power.
It's literally just going to be whatever Reckful plays on his stream is going to be on my stream. If you don't know who Reckful is, misplay, dude.
Misplay?
Misplay. He's a Hearthstone streamer.
Yeah.
Used to play WoW competitively.
No one cares about Redfall. Let's be real here. What? Get out.
You want- you-
Get-
you want-
you want to
you
go?
want to-
You want to go? Okay. All
Oh, no,
right.
shove your head into a snowbank, bud.
Oh, all right, bud. All right, so guys, we're gonna be heading it over. I'm gonna be hosting up. I need to get on the right account though, so I can do that. Let's see here.
Do we know what? Shout out to the casters really quickly.
Oh yeah,
I
who's casting?
Hold
tonight?
their names, but I forgot.
All right, it's Cavalier Guest and DC Romo.
And both
All right.
are pretty.
I've seen them in casting. DC Romo I've seen cast a few tournaments. Cavalier Guest is really well known for Chair League. Great, good analytics coming in there. So I'm really excited to see these two casters come in with this. So I am just gonna get ready to host these fine fellows up here. Oh, see some games. We're about to head over, guys. So once again, thank you all so much for joining us. My name is Inverum, joined here by Baba Booey. I'm going to be sending it over very shortly, as soon as I can find the new Twitch overlay. The new Twitch, finding dashboard makes my life fun. Here we go.
All right.
We're making
And you
it
just
work.
drop a nice /host.
Nice /host here, guys.
See ya, G Spot Hots. See ya, everyone. in
Bye-bye.
chat.
Bye, Solinger. Bye, Artemis. Well, actually, I'll see you guys over there.
Enjoy
/host.
the tournament. Love you.
Divergent Gaming. All right, guys. I'm hitting the button now, so a 15-second delay. I have no idea what's going to happen. So, hit the button. Okay, now we're just talking, but we got 15 seconds, and then I'm
Why don't we wait till I show the heart and then you can log me off?
All right.
All right.
All right.
There we go.
There we go. Woohoo!
Is it not gonna? It doesn't do it right away. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're good.
Hope they're live.